if you're wondering, is the Ninja Creami Breeze better than the Ninja Creami Deluxe or the standard Ninja Creami? Well, let me explain to you what the differences are and how you can pick the best one for your home. So Ninja has come out with a new Creami called the Creami Breeze. And the Creami Breeze is the same basically as the original Creami 301, but it is going to have less features than the Ninja Creami Deluxe that you see here. And what are the major differences? Well, this has 11 functions. This is going to have the option to do Creamicino, frozen drink, slushy, Italian ice. The Breeze, is very similar to what you would get in the original Creami, which is coming with ice cream, sorbet, light ice cream, smoothie bowl, sorbet, and gelato. Another interesting fact that not a lot of people know about these Creamis is that they're all NC30s. So that means even though you're getting the Deluxe, this is an NC30, NC30, NC30. They're just derivatives of an NC30. That means all are using the same 800-watt motor basically, and they all make about the same amount of noise. So Ninja with the Breeze has removed this, which is going to be the outer bowl. Now these outer bowls, which are really cool in concept, they're not that great in execution because they take a lot of space. They add a little bit of area that you need in terms of your counter space, and they can be tricky to insert or remove. So once you hold this, you got to lock it into place, and that little area where the handle is going to definitely take more surface space than if you didn't have to do that. Second, now that the angled spindle, which you see here, is going to be on a curve, you don't need the outer bowl. It just removes steps, and locking it is a lot easier. The Ninja Deluxe uses a larger container. So you have 24 ounces on the Deluxe. You're still going to be kept to the 16 ounce here and the 16 ounce here on the Breeze and the traditional Creami. In terms of overall size, just because you don't have to have the handle means you're going to be gaining about 2.5 inches in overall width, but not that much difference in terms of overall height or in terms of overall depth. We'll put one in front of the other. And if you see right here, you can clearly see there is the entire handle that's going to be sticking out, something you don't have on the Breeze. The best way to show you how these work is to make some ice cream and sorbet together. So we're going to make a vanilla chocolate chip ice cream recipe infused with honey, and we're going to make a peach sorbet just using peaches right straight out of the jar, along with a little bit of monk fruit extract, because we are opting to use monk fruit just because it's a nice sugar additive and it makes your ice cream a little bit more creamy. I'm going to be making the vanilla chocolate chip recipe directly from the Ninja Creami website. So here you just need some vanilla. I do recommend using vanilla paste over vanilla extract. Here I'm also using some heavy cream. You have options if you want to make it more vegetarian and vegan. And we're going to be using whole milk, because the more fat you're using, the creamier your ice cream is going to be. In this case, we're not using granulated sugar. I'm using monk fruit with ethanol, which is going to be a 1-to-1 substitution. We just place it all in the containers, and instead of using regular honey, I'm using honey powder because it dissolves better. And I'm just going to be mixing them up and getting ready to put them inside of the freezer so we can churn it inside of our Ninja. Peach sorbet is even easier, and you could do this similar with gelato. You just need some eggs. On sorbet, I just pour the entire container, juice and all, inside of the container for our Creami. And I'm going to be adding a little bit, maybe 3 tablespoons of monk fruit extract sugar. We mix it up and I freeze that, and it is going to be ready to go and be blended into our favorite frozen treat. So let's check it out here. We produced the same exact mix for the Breeze and the original Creami right here. These are the same exact, but you all can see the containers are different because this is going to be a insertable container without using the top outer bowl. Here you have some ledges that are going to be kind of clipping into place. Here it's just more of a standard open top container. They also have new lids, so the lids are going to be a little bit more secure than the previous lids. The previous lids were just kind of like easy pop open tops. And if you compare the size of the Ninja Creami to something like on the Deluxe, you can see that the Deluxe is 24 ounces. This is going to be 16 ounces. Obvious difference. You get 50% more if you want to make bigger batches inside of the Deluxe, which is one of the reasons why the Deluxe is so good. Next up here, this is on the Deluxe. You'll notice that the blade is going to be larger than the blade you get on the Breeze. This is the same blade that you get on the regular Creami, but the Deluxe comes with additional kind of grooves, and it's a little bit longer. Tell the difference? So next up, this is going to be our sorbet. This has just basically, this is peach out of a can, and we add a little bit of monk fruit sugar inside. So that's like a sugar replacement. Now, that's it. You're just screwing on the top. Watch when I do it again. You're just screwing on your top. You already included your paddle and latched it in. This is going to be secured inside. And that's the entire process. So now that we turned it on and we plugged it in, we're going to press the power button and just press sorbet. And it's going to churn. And you're going to start seeing the churning in action. You can also see the bottom better, which makes it a little bit cooler. Easy to remove and pop off. You just hit that. It will unsecure itself. And look how beautiful that came out here. Look how beautiful this sorbet came out. I will say that because of the new angle, it does mix a little bit better in my opinion than the normal Creami, just in my experience. And you can see everything that's happening, which is also really easy. And just scoop some into a little bowl here. And you can see how creamy this is. So good here. One key secret is that if you want to reuse it, just flatten it out as you see me doing and put the cover on. Now let's try it. Let's try it. I would put this against any peach sorbet you've ever had in your life. So this is the ice cream from the regular Creami, and this is the ice cream from the Creami Breeze. Creami is right here. We're just going to lock it in. Easy to do. We're just going to press our power button there, and we're going to hit the mixing. The great thing about the Creami Breeze is that the paddle really is stable, more stable in this angle position than on the standard Creami, so you don't rarely ever get it to fall out. And it comes with a much longer cord. You can see this cord. That cord is about 6 feet. And here it is. So this is the blended version. We're going to scoop some out for you. And that's what our ice cream looks like now. Very creamy. You can see when I smush it, you can see how creamy it actually is. And the mix-ins are all perfectly blended. We're going to scoop some out. And because of the cream cheese, it does make it creamier. And if you want it to be even creamier, you just have to wait till it melts just a little bit and it will get even creamier. We are going to try this out on a taste test here. Tastes just like your favorite vanilla ice cream with some honey, because it's infused with the honey powder. You only need a tablespoon, but that tablespoon adds a lot of kind of like a subtle honey background flavor to it, and then you have the chocolate mix and chocolate chips, obviously. This came out absolutely perfect. I highly recommend this recipe to anyone who wants to make it. Regarding your original Creami, this one, you're just going to be inserting it, locking all the bottom inside of your outer bowl, then reattach your lid, flip it in, bring it in, and there we go. On the banana ice cream mix, I generally will always do it on light ice cream. And install full light ice cream. That's 4 minutes. So what we're going to do is that we're just going to add in a little bit of M&Ms. M&M plus some white chocolate. Your power button right here. And spin out. Look at how creamy this came out. This is just straight up ice cream. You can see how creamy that is. This is going to be a flavor profile that I really recommend here. It tastes so good. I would say this is as good as you would get at an ice cream parlor. If you ever got your favorite banana ice cream with any type of chocolate, it tastes exactly the same. So what did we learn after using all three, trying them out? I've had the regular Creami for well over almost a year and a half. If you had to opt between the Breeze or the regular traditional Creami, well, today's day and age, I would actually go with the Breeze for three simple reasons. One, because it has suction cups on the bottom, it's not going to move around as much. It really actually stays in place better than the original Creami. Two, because of how this interlocks and there's no outer bowl, you don't have to keep relocking, unrelocking, making sure you did it in the right order, making sure that your paddle didn't just fall off when you're connecting it, all potential issues that you can experience when using the regular Creami. And because they are basically the same unit, well, it only comes down to differences in terms of what they are capable of doing. So here I can control the Creamify from the top, full, and bottom, which is going to give you additional options in terms of, well, you could do mix-ins for the top and do mix-ins for the bottom, and you could just separate them easily. You can also just not use mix-ins. You have the ability to a lot more drinkable drinks. It's going to be a little bit more advanced here in terms of the display. You notice here, it's not going to have this kind of display that's going to read out how much time is remaining in terms of your cycles. So I would recommend getting the Ninja Deluxe if your budget can afford it. It has more functions. Also, because of the paddle is larger, which means you're going to have a larger capacity to make creamier ice cream. I do think that the Deluxe is the best of the three, just because it has those additional features. It doesn't even take that much more counter space. But if you had to choose between the Breeze and the standard Creami, I would go with the Breeze. The Breeze is going to be a more innovative design. It has less steps in terms of making your favorite frozen treat ice cream, including adding it, removing it, adding your mixings, and taking it to the fridge. Because there's no outer bowl, there's less cleanup, and right now, they're basically about the same price. If you can get the previous edition, which is going to be the NC301 or the NC300 Creami, then I would say if this one's 100 and this one's 140, there's not a real big difference in terms of overall experience. So I would go with the $100 just because it would save you a little bit of money. But all things being equal, I would go with the Breeze. It's definitely a cleaner, neater experience overall. And if you like what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button below. It really does help support our channel so we can make more amazing content for you. So thanks for watching, everybody. These are my 3 Ninja Creamis, just the easiest way to make a delicious dessert at home with all the favorite mix-ins for affordable price. I'll catch you next time. This is Dave with the French Glow signing off. Bye, bye, bye.